I am Tou Ger Billy Lor. I am from Eau Claire, Wisconsin, and I am a college student and also a shaman.
How do you know if you're a shaman?
I think one person will know when traditionally bên Hmong you chụp món nắng. A lot of times people think that you should bỏ đá cái thế or but it's not always like that. I've met many shamans who have never bỏ thu đá ever in their life. Là tu nắng trâu chiều xa chiều xong na, nhưng chỉ ta bỏ thu đá ít thôi na, but then you number one thing you dream about flying, and the main dream is usually a lot of people dream about is I mean they climb mountain, get to the top, and they jump off and they fly, or they dream of fighting ghosts, or a lot of times like they like know about things that's gonna happen. They can read people, they can feel people's emotions, they can walk into a building and someone might be depressed but just smiling, or someone might be angry, or they're not showing it. You can sense it, you can feel it, and you become angry, you become sad. Or a lot of times a lot of times bị chỉ của nắng sau tàn nó lá thành của bỏ cho nên trâu đá rồi trâu đá ta chỉ rồi sau nắng thế. And so I feel like kiểu nắng chế, how do you know you're gonna be one day when you experience a lot of these weird things that you might explain chỉ tao. And a lot of có một sai rồi có một gọi là sai rồi có là nắng sai có giờ nắng sai thì có giờ nắng chế. And a lot of times when someone validates that you're gonna be a shaman, that's when a lot of things kick up, and you're gonna know that you've been validated. Go higher. Either có hay motto, or có cho powers increase, or có một khó change, or có một khó địa. Oh, it's a feeling that có control chỉ có hiệu quả cho con năng thế cho nói là đó có sự lợi thành có lúc chế rồi.
Who can become a shaman then?
To become a shaman, anyone can. Doesn't matter if you're male, female, LGBTQI+, doesn't matter what you identify with. Shamanism, nuchi side, có gender actually nuchi side. Đầu bên mong mà nuchi side, ít xem mà nuchi side thì có hải năng actually na. A lot of times mà basically you have a marriage where it's between little Hmong and someone else who's not Hmong, right? Chắc chỉ nói chữ mà là lấy sự nắng chỉ lấy sợ theo. I've seen that before. Cũng như bọn năng lấy mix lấy sợ nắng. But anyone can become a shaman. Doesn't matter what age you are. A lot of times people say có lò cái mà but I think really fluxes throughout the generations. Basically, the first generation, or the 1990s, next around 20 to 30 years old. But in our generation now, during this time, next around I think the average age is around 13, 14 years old. So anyone, doesn't matter what you are.
How do people who aren't shaman or practice shamanism become or start practicing shamanism?
With that, that's a good question. I've not really thought about that before, but I think a lot of times, if you think about dân chia Hmong and that as the Hmong community and Hmong folks, we have not developed a way of coming into shamanism yet, which is something I think would be really interesting to do. Is because Hmong shamanism and culture, we focus around the 18 clans. Everything we do, we focus on the clans. Basically, I would say Min Ju Tu, so let's say Hmong Xiong, Min Ju Tu Seng Xiong Li Jiu Zhong, or Hmong Lao, Min Ju Tu Seng Lao Li Jiu Zhong. So we always hold one of the clan names. And so I think at this moment in time, we have not really created or developed a way of letting other ethnics enter into shamanism, but we have been able to do it and perform it for others. So I think there is a way, and a lot of times I feel like Jitolu last name, it's okay, because a lot of times when I don't know someone's last name, I've happened many times before, I forgot. I still, you still do somewhere, it still works either way. So I think the first step that a lot of people I've seen people do is lahu plea. Hmong people always do that. Who to play lost. It's not a way of initiating, or it's not a way of now you are shaman really, but it's a way of welcoming, right? It's a way of welcoming that who play. We always do who play as a way of happiness and welcoming and peace. Not like bringing your spirit into a spiritual balance. That's what who play is really for. And so then I think a lot of times people do that ceremony first. For me, going into shamanism, but for me entering we didn't hooply any. I haven't hooply. No one's done hooply for me in years. So with that, I think the transition is nhờ thì con chân tiệc của nó có do rồi sự con chân tiệc của nó bắt đầu có then you can go and then có chỉ là or like có tàu it works. It's an they like for example I see a lot of people who practice shamanism or traditional Hmong animism cái giá đó của lời thứ chỉ tăng sự cả lời thứ chỉว่าnó thấu ý. This is actually my first year của tăng sự cả của anh cho tăng của chỉ tăng sự cả but I think con chân tàu tiệc của nó có bắt đầu có rồi chỉ có sở do có to me do có hử xứ chỉ nhiều chủ bỏ có mà you go who, take a respect, take a junk get the new to you don't have to do such big things. But I would say if you want to go into, you could see Sigalo who play each on who play each on up and Mulai Dalo, then it's probably like a way to get into it.
When people talk about shaman style, what does that mean?
I think a shaman style is how a shaman performs. And so, for example, I'm a shaman who wears the red veil or Kuntong Tiholia. There's a lot of other shamans who don't tell as well, but how we perform will be different. For example, our chants, when we chant, it'll be different. My chants, we go ho ta shi ya shi mi, and then you call it shaman spirit. A lot of others they'll say it differently. A lot of times some people say it differently with a different accent. But not only that, but somehow you shake as well. So how you when you're in your chants, how you shake or how you move. So like how your arm movements are, how your steps are. Some people sit, some people stand. Some people when going in color, they use the tools. They use the jianing in a certain way. I use my jianing in a certain way. So it's just the style is just how you do it, and everyone has their own style. For example, my master and me, we say we have one style, style of nang. But then if you actually watch and you really know, me and my master, Beng Onang different. We don't Onang the same as well. So every shaman has their own personal style they like to use. But it's just really, a style is just how you like to perform.
What happens if someone doesn't accept their gift or want to be shaman?
I know a lot of times people will convert to another religion as well. But from my experience, most times a lot of people who don't want to be shamans, they go through various trials of from May to Monya to Moyoloto and everything, which is, I think it's pretty tragic, but a lot of times that's what really happens. If a lot of times Hmong people, they will, instead of converting, to another shaman to come perform a ceremony to take or to get rid of, not really get rid of, but we take them back and say, okay, or a lot of times, a lot of people will do it. Let's say I'm going to be a shaman, but I don't want to, and I have a child. A lot of times people will pass it on to the child, or if their child is going to be a shaman, is too young, then I'll take their shaman spirits and I will be the shaman. And so that happens a lot of times, but in my cases, most of that isn't really successful. A lot of times if you're chosen to be one, then you kind of have to really end up being one, or you go down a different route and sending them away or converting. I don't really think converting works so well, or sending them away. I think a lot of times people, instead of becoming one, they'll just to have that balance. And then they don't ever become one, they won't ever learn how to perform or do anything, but they have that respect and that's how they deal with it too. And so then they are good from there as well.
What is your advice for young people who don't have spiritual gifts but are interested in learning more?
I think a good thing to do is, if you want to learn more about shamanism, is do some research beforehand going into it. Or if you don't, always feel free to ask those who, even those who chitsarnang, they might have a lot of information. But if you want to go talk to those who are shamans, just go politely ask. And when you go, the reason I say do research beforehand, know what certain questions to ask, because most shamans, we can't tell you everything. I can only tell you the basics. Like even this whole interview, I can only tell you the basics, but I can't go into depth about a lot of things. So just know which questions to ask that are appropriate, and also know how that shaman and understand that everyone practices very differently. But if you want to learn more, always just feel free to ask. I know that maybe I can't speak for every shaman. For me, we're always willing to educate, always willing to let y'all know about it, and I think really just asking and being really open-minded and staying open-minded.